show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy. The OG on the marquee, Jaybird. And the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We're not the Quad City Sports Talk radio show. We are your Quad City Sports Talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Good morning, Quad Cities, and yes, or good afternoon, whatever it is. And the damn world's going crazy. There's no doubt about that. But hey, you got 2 hours of normalcy right here with Don't Hassle Us or Local on your greatest station in the Quad Cities, AM 1170, the K-Bob.
The K-Bob. Thanks to everybody for listening out there, tuning in. Remind you all that you can watch us on Facebook Live. Leave comments on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread.
Yes.
Usually run by the Stat Cat. He's out. He's under the weather. That's fine. We've got it taken care of in here. You can listen to us on the app, too. Go download the app at the Apple Store or your Google Store, ESPN 1170 AM. You can
And
listen
in
to
case
us
you're wondering,
yeah,
we're still powered by Done Right and Dish.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. We had what would you say, a somewhat uneventful Monday night football game?
Well, we had the best team in the league beat up on one of the worst team in the leagues.
Yeah.
I mean, that should have been what happened 2 weeks ago when Dallas was there. But you bring Belichick in. He's not the clapper. He's a good coach. And he exposes things.
Yeah.
I mean, they just totally dismantled him. I mean, that is... What did I say when I walked in here? That could be the greatest defense ever in the NFL.
Yeah.
And they're doing it without... I mean, name me who's the superstar on that defensive line.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, does this go back to like those? What was it, the Vikings days of the no-name defense? Was it the Vikings? Who was that?
I thought that was the Rams.
I think it was the Rams too.
Okay, yeah, the Vikings was the Purple People Eaters.
Yeah.
I mean, this is insane, you guys. I mean, they are only 3 touchdowns allowed this year.
Well, all right, you got Sammy Spleen as a quarterback who just throws his 3rd interception. He's mic'd up on the sidelines.
I'm seeing ghosts.
He says, "I'm seeing ghosts."
Yeah.
That is a statement of a beaten person that's just like, I don't know what else to do.
Russillo said that is going to haunt him. He goes, it's too bad he was mic'd up. He goes, that will stick with him the rest of his career.
What's that?
I'm seeing ghosts.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, I mean, obviously he threw the ball to something. And that one interception.
What is
that one interception was just like,
What does that mean? He's seen receivers that aren't there in Jets uniforms?
That's what I'm thinking. That's how I'm taking it. Because he threw that one interception. The only receiver was a guy coming under, and he threw that over the top. And it was like as he was throwing it, he realized that what he saw wasn't there.
Okay.
That's what it seemed like to me. And that was right after he said, "I'm seeing ghosts." Or right before he said, "I'm seeing ghosts." So that was the one where the guy picked off the ball, fell into the end zone, but they ruled that he was down on the goal line, I guess.
The crazy thing is like, as far as, and we talked about this before the show, the fantasy football, I was playing fantasy football. It was relatively close. I can't tell you if I was up by 4, the other guy was up by 4, his team, or how many points. It was close enough. And they had Le'Veon Bell, and I had Patriots defense. Who feels better going into that, if a relatively tie game? I mean, you would feel better if you have Le'Veon Bell over a defense.
You would think Le'Veon would get
This defense is incredible. What you really need to look at is how many points they score each week, and they might be the best fantasy defense of all time.
Yeah?
It's not fair to have a defense this good when then you have an offense relatively they're throwing to nobodies. They're throwing to like walk-on linebackers at Truman State.
Did you realize they're so beat up at fullback that they had a linebacker blocking for Sonny Michel at the goal line?
Yeah, linebacker in there.
Their number one receiver was Jacoby something, a undrafted free agent rookie.
Yeah. So
I mean, Philip Dorsett.
And that's why the trade for Mohamed Sanu is a good call.
Yeah, he's a good receiver.
And that's what's going on. That's the report, is that they're trading for Mohamed Sanu. Good trade for Atlanta, because at this point, I mean, he was like their fourth choice at wide receiver.
Dude, if you're Mohamed Sanu, you know what you are now? Man, you're like
sizing your ring?
Pig and slop, baby. Hell yeah, you're sizing your ring. I'm going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm going to be a Super Bowl champion.
Every kiss begins with K. The crafty.
God.
He's sizing up his fingers right now. Going and get his ring finger.
Getting himself a crafty.
I've
done it 6 times.
Jeez. That stuff could go away.
I mean, yeah, you go from, hi, we just got curb stomped by the Rams at home, to, oh yeah, I'm with the Patriots now. I have the greatest quarterback of all time throwing me the ball the rest of my career. Okay, I'll live with that. At least the rest of the year. I mean, if you're Sanu, that's great.
Yeah, so yesterday it was being reported that the Patriots were going to trade for Emmanuel Sanders. I asked you, who would you rather have?
Sanu.
I think so,
bigger
too.
body. Obviously, I mean, Sanders is a good receiver. I don't get me wrong. I mean, he can do a lot, but I think they have that body type already in Edelman. They need a guy that's better around the goal line, a guy where if Brady has to throw something up and go up and get it, that type of guy, And here's the deal. I mean, is anybody here in America convinced that Gronk doesn't come back at some point?
He's not coming back. He said it.
Okay.
He's not coming back.
Okay.
And they could still make trades or whatever else, but I don't think he's coming back.
Well, it's just amazing they get it done with literally nothing. Like nothing. It seems like. It's like they're like Transformers.
They adapt, yeah.
Yeah, they just grab a few other things here. Oh, here we go. Bumblebee doesn't have a voice. We'll just get him a different voice box. Here you go. It's insane to me. It's all Belichick.
Yep.
It is all Bill Belichick. You say what you want about him. You can hate his guts. He's a genius, dude, when it comes to football.
I'm not arguing with you.
And I hate it. I hate to say it.
He's at the top of your power rankings. We'll see if he's at the top of SI's in the second hour when we're joined by Dan Vasco from WHBF Fox 18.
No Coral today either, everyone.
No Coral, but I think her or Hallie will be in tomorrow in the Hassel Castle as well.
They're coming tomorrow instead?
Yes. Hallie texted me from 7G, from her friends at 7G. She said Coral's got the day off, and she was going to try to find someone in Davenport. And I said, hey, listen, if you can't find anybody, door's always open for you to come tomorrow. And she said that, yeah, we'll do that. So.
Well, good, because I need Coral around. Make sure that I'm balanced.
The 2019-2020 NBA season tips off tonight.
Who cares? Did you see me? I tweeted at LeBron today.
I didn't see that. No.
Oh, you didn't see what I said to LeBron?
Yeah. What'd you?
Oh, I'll show you, Jay.
All right.
I love LeBron. He's so cool. He said. He tweeted, "'Twas the night before Christmas, feeling right now, excitement on high beams." I texted him back. I tweeted at him. I said, "China doesn't celebrate Christmas. Be careful, Comrade James."
Okay. The Pelicans.
I thought that was great.
It's good. The Pelicans and Raptors tonight at 7. Pelicans obviously would be without Zion, who's had meniscus. He's going to have surgery. He'll be out about 6 weeks. That's a blow for the Pelicans. I mean, that's the biggest face outside of L.A., outside of California. How's that for the NBA? And the Lakers versus the Clippers tonight, 9:30. Both games will be on TNT. And we got the World Series, Game 1, Garrett Cole versus Max Scherzer.
We got a sport we can talk about. I can't wait to get rid of
We're going to talk a little bit about the NBA. You can leave the room. At 12:45, I'm going to make a phone call to my friend, AC Earl, former Iowa great, NBA player. He's been in the studio before. We're going to talk to him about 12:45, get his thoughts on this season. But tonight, Max Scherzer on the mound for the Nationals. 11-7 on the year, 2.92 ERA against Garrett Cole, 20-5, 2.50. It's going to be just a complete pitcher's duel until I give the nod to the Astros tonight. I know the brother-in-law probably won't like that, but I bet you they get Scherzer out of there soon. And that bullpen for the Nationals is not good.
All right. Hey, we do have some sad news. I don't know if you saw this. Matt Drinkle
Yeah. Yes.
lost his mom, so
Yes.
thoughts and prayers to him and his family, and wish him all the best.
About the bullpen, about the Nationals.
Yeah?
Listen to this. We're going to have to credit Aiden Jackson Evans on Twitter. So if you just put all that in there, Aiden Jackson-Evans on Twitter. If Fernando Rodney enters a World Series game for the Nationals, he will have pitched in the American League Wild Card, the National League Wild Card, AL and NL Divisional Series, both the AL and NL Championship Series, and World Series for both an AL and a National League team.
Who would have done this?
Fernando Rodney.
Okay.
The only other players to accomplish this, one other one was a pitcher, John Lester, and the two positional players are Ben Zobrist and Carlos Beltran. Here's another stat brought to you by Hector Gomez. It's HGomez27 on Twitter. He also added he played in both All-Star games for both leagues and made an appearance in the World Baseball Classic. That's quite the resume.
Yeah.
That's awesome. CC Sabathia announced his retirement over the weekend. So, he is obviously, came in the league in 2001, had 2007 AL Cy Young, 2009 ALCS MVP. He, according to a scoring system that uses WAR to determine Hall of Fame chances, Sabathia finishes 69th among all starting pitchers, ahead of Hall of Famers Don Sutton and Mordecai Brown. So he leaves. Sabathia leaves near the top of several active leaderboards and will likely hold on to his top 20 all-time position in strikeouts for a while. He's number 16 right now, behind Kurt Schilling, and sandwiched behind Kurt Schilling and right in front of John Smoltz. It won't be until maybe next year that Justin Verlander catches him, moves him up. So, but he will stay in the top 20 for a while, and no one else in top 20 or top 22 is even in playing right now. So just Justin Verlander. So big game tonight. It's looking like the Astros opened up to win the series at -220, and the Nationals are +190. Houston finished the regular season with the best record in baseball at 107-55. They also enjoyed a league best +280 run differential. The Nationals are the feel-good story of the Major League Baseball playoffs, and they finished the regular season 93-69 with the +149 run differential. We talked about who's on the mound today. Garrett Cole, the former Pittsburgh Pirate who's on the mound, is 3-0 with a .40 ERA and 3 combined starts against the Rays and Yankees in this postseason. Tonight's game, the line opened with Houston listed as a -190 favorite and Houston a +175 dog. What that being said is you have to put up 190 to win 100 if you think the Astros are going to win. If you think the Nationals will win, you can put up 100 and you can win 175. There has not been much movement in that situation at all. So that means the Sharps haven't moved anywhere at all. So there's no real sharp movement on these games. 2/3 of the bets, however, are taking the under, and that has opened up at 7 and has dropped to 6.5. So 6.5 runs is the total. Since 2005, when the total is 7 or less in the playoffs, the over has won 56.2% of the time, including 22-11 in the World Series. And finally, another look at sharp action tonight. We said the Lakers versus the Clippers tonight. This is considered a road game for the Lakers, which is not really much of a road game. Both teams play their home games in Staples Center. But nearly 8 out of 10 bets, both public and sharp, are laying the points with the Lakers. The Clippers are, however, a favorite to win the championship this year.
Who?
The Clippers are. They're at number 1 in the preseason power rankings.
Why?
Because they got Kawhi and Paul George.
Okay.
The total opened up at 227 on this game, but has seemed to drop in some books to 225.5. So the smart money is on the under tonight.
As long as LeBron doesn't win it.
Well, he's in the power rankings. I think he's in the top 5. We'll get to that. All right, I want to remind everyone, thank you for tuning in. You can download, listen to us on the app. You can listen to us on ESPN1170am.com. We've got a lot to look at. We've got a little bit more World Series to talk about, some news out of Houston, the Houston Astros organization. I've got to give you a parent-teacher conference update.
Yes. Man, I need to know this right away. Yeah, is your news out of Houston have to do with the assistant general manager?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
So we'll talk about that when we come back. We'll have a parent-teacher conference update and a 5th and 6th grade football game update as well.
Oh, I can't wait to hear all this stuff. This is great news, Jay.
All right.
All right, pizza lovers, Vans Pizza and More is now open at the Plex at the corners of Middle and Forest Grove Roads in Bettendorf. They have so many outstanding daily specials with that Vans Pizza you love. Today is Tuesday, so that's 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for just $15.99. All you got to do is call Vans Pizza and More at 563-232-1396. They're going to have that pizza hot and ready for you to carry out. Or if you live in Bettendorf, you can have it delivered. Delivery area is limited, so please ask when you call. That's Vans Pizza and More, 563-232-1396. Remember, they're located at 5023 Competition Drive in Bettendorf at the Plex.
This is Randall, the QC hot dog guy. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Online sports betting is here with EliteSportsbook.com. If you are an active Rhythm City Casino Resort Club member, go to EliteSportsbook.com now and follow the prompts to start betting. Not a Resort Club member? Visit Rhythm City to join today. Bet with Elite Sportsbook at Rhythm City Casino Resort or online now. More ways to get in the game with EliteSportsbook.com and Rhythm City Casino Resort. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
If you're running a business, how much should you invest in retaining your employees? First Midwest Bank has ideas. In today's tight labor market, keeping your employees is more important than ever. A First Midwest banker can help you determine what type of 401k plan to offer. At First Midwest Bank, they're not just bankers, but expert financial advisors. Talk to one today or visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com.
At Casey's, we're not just here for made-from-scratch dough, fresh pepperoni, hand-cut veggies, and melty 100% mozzarella cheese. We're here for game night. Here for online ordering. And here for victory celebrations. Now at Casey's, get a large taco pizza for just $13.99. Casey's, here for handmade pizza, here for good. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
It's October, and at the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport, Gavin McGrath says, no trick.
Just treats. The Quad Cities knows we trade for anything, regardless of mileage or age. So push, pull, or drag it in.
With over 2,500 quality pre-owned vehicles.
Don't be afraid to trade. Drive home in a better vehicle with payments from $167 a month. For used truck buyers, shop the Quad Cities' best selection of certified used trucks from $10,988. Pre-owned Silverados, Sierras, Rams, F-150s from $10,988. Now at the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport.
And nobody makes it easier to trade.
Push, pull, or drag it in. You're going to get top dollar and save more on the best selection.
What if I don't have a ghost of a chance to get credit?
All credit applications accepted. Nobody works harder than our credit team to help get you approved.
The McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport, 4618 North Brady Street.
Log on McGrathAuto.com.
Crisp autumn weather takes us to the home stretch of the fall athletic schedule at Augustana College. 5 soccer home matches at Thorson Lucan Field highlight the upcoming week. Saturday the 19th features a doubleheader hosting Milliken. Women start at 5, men follow at 7:30. The men then host UW Platteville on Wednesday at 7:30, followed by another doubleheader on Saturday. Matches with Elmhurst begin at 1 and 3:30. Find out more at augustana.edu. Augustana College, a family-friendly front row seat to big-time small college sports.
Every Sunday and sometimes Monday and even on Thursday, remember your home of the Chicago Bears. The Quad City sports leader is ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, everybody, we're back. We have so much good news on the way, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, the local here on ESPN AM 1170. I don't know what I want first. I don't think I can wait, Jay.
Yeah.
I got to hear about parent-teacher conference.
All right, so yesterday I told you that the parent-teacher conference was coming up for my kids, Sophie and Ben, and one of the things I was going to talk about was how they handle the student council elections for this 4th grade class. And it's something, for some reason, my daughter got really, really giddy about, because how she explained it to me was that they would give a question, a certain question they answer on their own. Supposedly they answer on their own. Who knows if their parents write about it when they take it home. And then they give they'll put up all the answers on the board to one specific question. So it's not just
right.
It's random. And then the kids are told to vote for, and it's anonymous. So it's not like, Johnny said this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's anonymous whose quote it is, and you're supposed to look at it and vote on.
So you don't know who the quote is, and you're just supposed to vote on which quote you thought was the best.
Yeah, and then the other thing that she told me is you're not allowed to vote for your friends.
Well, if it's anonymous, how do you know who your friend is?
Yeah. Okay. So we go through the parent-teacher conference, and everything's fine. She does it. She's done a good job. I'm proud of her. Whatnot. She's good in class, organized. I don't know.
So she takes after her dad.
Sure. And
sorry, Tiff.
And she's and then they're getting to the point where they're kind of talking about handling situations, and maybe there was a social interaction where two students didn't get along. Well, my daughter and maybe another girl or whatever else. And you would think this is important, but it's not to me because I'm like, yeah. They're in fourth grade. Sometimes they don't get along because I want to get to this question. Anyway, my wife's like, no. Just what is it? What happened? I'm like, we know about the situation. It's all taken care of. It's no big deal. This time is of essence here. We need to get to the important stuff. And she's not happy about. The wife is not happy that I'm.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have an agenda.
Yeah. So anyway, I say to the teacher, I'm like, okay, now remember, I want you to remember the same thing I told you yesterday. I've told everyone before. I want you to remember that I'm only going to believe 10% of the things my child says happens at home, at school, if you in turn believe only 10% of the things my child says happen at home. That way we're going to get along just fine because my kids aren't the smartest people in the classroom and their word isn't the most strong thing ever. So let's be adults and let's not let the kids run everything. But I said, so I need to ask you about the student council situation here. And she said, okay. I said, now this is the second year in a row that this has happened. Now I understand that there's a question out there. And she goes, yes, there's multiple questions. I said, okay. And I said, now the thing I don't understand is how are they not allowed to vote for whoever they want? And she said, well, what do you mean? And I said, well, she says that she's not allowed to vote for your friends. She goes, well, no, but it's anonymous. And I said, come on, is it? I mean, they're on the playground. All you really got to do is, hey, here's 3 key words I used in my response, right? She's like, well, yeah. And then what kind of happened from there is it kind of got passed on. She's like, well, I don't run the student council. Miss whatever does. I can email you and we can pass it down. I said, all right. I go, it's really not a big deal that much to me. I just want to, when I teach how the democracy works, that it's not, you can't tell someone who you can and can't vote for. That's all. So it kind of just, like I said, it kind of got passed on to the next person who was in charge of it. I think she was, I don't know, it's hard. I don't know if the teacher thought like I was going to be like, because, I mean, Soph didn't even run. So It's not like she lost and I'm like a bitter parent or anything. Like, she didn't even run at all.
Right.
When she said she wasn't going to run, I told her good for you because she said I got.
You just don't want this to be the Bettendorf Community School District. Not
I don't.
The Bettendorf Communist
There
School
you go.
District.
So it kind of got passed on, which is good. Now we move on to the parent-teacher conference of my son.
Uh-oh.
Good report.
Yeah.
Active listening skills need to be a little bit better.
Okay. He's a kid.
Needs to know when it's appropriate to be silly and or funny.
Uh-oh, he's taking just after you.
He really likes to just interject and try to get the joke in when he shouldn't. So that, and here's what concerns me. Here's what concerns me the most.
Yeah.
He loves to write and come up with stories. So a lot of times if his work is done, she'll say like, yeah, you can go ahead and write, stories or whatever else. And he's in second grade. So, but there's certain things in his work. It's not coloring. I don't want you to think like he's sitting around coloring, but there'll be things like highlight this in the paragraph with your orange crayon. Okay. But the color orange where the crayon, equals this, like it's just scribbled. I mean, it's not colored. It's not, there's no lines in his world. And it's the same thing when he made his own, report card. It was like smiley face, semi-face, frowny face for like things he did. He's giving his own report card. And he's just scribbling it in. I mean, like a monster. That and his penmanship, he writes things out. And every once in a while he'll throw in a capital letter out of nowhere. It looks like honestly, his writing is is a ransom note. I'm really afraid of what's going to happen here. It's one of those things
at least I have a job.
Yeah,
He's writing ransom letters.
There's no rhyme or reason to his writing. It's like if I went left-handed and every once in a while in just the word just like in charity, if I wrote that, and then I wrote just in lowercase, it'd say it was all in one sentence. I gave to charity, and then out of nowhere he'll just put a capital A in the middle of it. This is the work of a future ransom note writer. So going back to when it's appropriate to say and do things to be funny.
Uh-huh. Did he tell a joke?
He did not tell a joke.
Uh-oh.
All right. But
knock.
no, yeah. So the active listening skills, I get it. So last night, I was fortunate enough, and thank you so much to the Bettendorf parents for this 5th and 6th grade football team for reaching out and saying, hey, do you want to call the game over the PA? And they were playing a DeWitt team that was undefeated. Both the 5th and 6th grade teams were undefeated, and DeWitt traveled down for the game. It was at Two Veils under the lights. It was cool for these kids. And I say, hey, Ben, come with me. We're going to go watch it. So right away, he's just like, microphone, this is all me. I'm like, no, it's not. Stop goofing around. And we set everything up, play music for him and over the PA system, everything else. And again, the parents couldn't have been nicer. And Bettendorf team played very, very well. Like I was like taking serious. I was like taking stats down because at halftime I was going to be like, okay, total yards, this and that. But the game was out of reach far enough that they kind of changed it at halftime where it goes to continuous clock and it goes back to 0. It's kind of like a 10-run rule. Let's just say that.
So who won?
Bettendorf ended up winning the game. Okay. But still, I'm sitting there and I'm like, meanwhile, during the entire thing, he is doing things to try to get on the microphone. I'm telling him, like, just be quiet. But, like you hit a button to do the PA, but I can hear him. He's right next to me and he'll be like, as I'm talking. And I look over and he doesn't whistle. It's not like he's just always sits around whistling. Now all of a sudden he's a whistler.
Yeah.
Like he's picked up this neat thing, or it just every time the little green light comes on, he's got just a noise to make.
Yeah.
Just to get on there. So finally, I'm like, okay, listen, man. You want to get on? You want to call the plays? And he was like, yeah. And he did a good job. I'd tell him what to say, and he'd say things, but then he'd start throwing in there like his own little things in there when it's the time to be appropriate or not.
Yeah.
Like he would be talking with a question mark sometimes. That's good for a Bettendorf first down. And I turn off the microphone. I'm like, what are you doing, man? You got to take this serious. And there's parents laughing like, let him be, Dad. They're in the press box as well. He's changing like, he's just not, you want to be like, number 18, the ball carrier. Good for a 4-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 6, right? You just kind of keep it straight. No, you just be like, 18, carrier. Good for. And I'm like, why? What's with the pause? Like, what's going on? But he got better. He had a nice touchdown call, everything else. And like I said, and when we're all packing up, the wrestling coach comes down, the head varsity wrestling coach comes down, and he says, hey, you know what? Now you get to say, and on to wrestling season, because we're not done yet. That's still there. And I was like, that's a good idea. I was like, Ben, you want to say that? And coach's like, no, don't. But as he says, like, it's on to wrestling season, Ben goes, nah. And I'm mortified. Like, this is the head varsity wrestling coach, a Hall of Famer, Danny Knight. And I'm just like, so then I have to give him like, Ben, I just got done with the parent-teacher conference that you have to know when the right time is to be silly and when it's not. And you do not talk that way to an adult that you do not know who that is. And that is, and he's just staring at me like, just knock it off, old man. Like, I've played your game. I've spoken to your microphone. I've done everything you said. Leave me alone. But, so I've been passed off to figure out how the student council situation works. My son is a future ransom note writer
and comedian,
and comedian if he knows when to do the punchlines. But I guess in the end, when all the reports are pretty good, you got to be happy about it, right? That's the most important.
You're doing your job,
even though when they're
completely. They didn't come at you and say, "Yeah, well, they're disrupting class constantly."
Well, no, not constantly, but that's the big thing. I just said, my big thing is don't be a classroom distraction. Speaking of distractions,
oh boy,
the assistant general manager of the Houston Astros has become a little bit of a distraction going into Game 1.
Yeah.
According to a report by SI Stephanie Espn, During the celebration in Houston's clubhouse after the Astros 6-4 win over the New York Yankees, Assistant General Manager Brandon Taubman turned to a group of female reporters, including one who was wearing a purple domestic violence awareness bracelet, which I have no idea why that's... I mean, I know what it's for, but why it had to be added in the ESPN.com article, I don't know, and repeatedly yelled, "Thank God we got Osuna. I'm so effing glad we got Osuna." Okay? So this
right.
This report came out after the aftermath of the club's Houston Astros pennant clinching win in the American League Championship Series on Saturday. All right, how this is important about the domestic violence, for those of you who aren't aware, last season, as he was a member of the Toronto Blue Jays, Roberto Osuna served a 75-game suspension for violating Major League Baseball's domestic violence policy. So while he was a member of the Toronto Blue Jays, he was charged in May of 2018 with domestic assault. The charge was later withdrawn when the woman he is alleged to have assaulted made it clear she would not travel from Mexico to Toronto to testify. And then he was acquired by the Astros shortly before the end of that suspension, which is weird. It kind of goes against what the Astros, their team philosophy is. Usually they're like, if you, instead of acquiring, they're like, if you violate this, we're going to sever ties with you. But they acquired him. This season, he led the American League with saves, with 38. But he did blow a 2-run lead in the Astros Game 6 when he gave up a 2-run homer to DJ LeMahieu in the 9th inning.
But then right after that, another domestic violence person gave up for the Yankees.
That's true. That is very true. The Astros...
Not that I'm laughing at the domestic violence part. I'm laughing at the irony of there's another one out there.
The Astros did make a statement denying the intent of the assistant GM's remarks, saying that the story posted by Sports Illustrated is misleading and completely irresponsible. An Astros player was being asked questions about a difficult outing. Our executive was supporting the player during a difficult time. His comments had everything to do about a game situation that just occurred and nothing else. They were also not directed at any specific reporters. We are extremely disappointed in Sports Illustrated's attempt to fabricate a story where one does not exist. This this report by Espn was corroborated by multiple eyewitnesses, including Hannah Kaiser of Yahoo Sports and Houston Chronicles, Hunter Atkins. He's worked, the assistant GM, Brandon Taubman, has worked for the club since 2013. So here's the deal. Stephanie Epstein said that Taubman... Is that what? He's mocking him while they're there? She's wearing the domestic just by saying, like, we're so happy we have him, that we don't care about them.
I mean, it goes back to this. I mean, in Aroldis Chapman, the Cubs signed him to win a World Series. And that's the other domestic violence guy we're talking about. When baseball comes down to these suspensions, and I think Aroldis had already served his when the Cubs did that. I think so, or maybe the charges are dropped. I'm not very sure exact details on this. I guess what it is you get to the point where if the suspensions happen, if the player is served a punishment for it, is it still okay for the teams to sign him? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, or do we go to the point of lifetime bans? I mean, but all that being said, if there's eyewitnesses corroborating this, despite what the team's saying, I mean, the dude's way out of line, right? I mean,
what the Astros are saying, that basically someone's asking Osuna, what was your thought process when you blew the lead?
Right.
You were brought in to be the closer. You didn't do it. And so he just turned around to be like his number one cheerleader. That's what the Astros were saying. Like, well, our GM was just saying, like, he was in a difficult situation. So he was there to support him and say, like, I'm so glad we got him. It's repeatedly, though. To what? Drown out the questions or whatever else? To be like, hey, I got your support?
I guess I'd want to have video of it to see exactly how it went. I guess that would be for me. Video or audio. To understand the tone of his voice, to understand how, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if he's going, well, yeah, guys, I'm so glad we have him. I'm so effing glad we have him. This was just one game, or whatever. Like what of what he said is taken out of context? And how was it being said? If he's like, well, of course I'm glad we have him. Of course I'm glad we have him. Like, despite whatever this is, but this guy's, he's helped do this for the team. Now, if he was, I guess to me, how would he know if she was wearing a bracelet?
That's the thing.
I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I guess too, if he was turning to them and saying, if they were asking any questions about the domestic violence, and then he made those remarks, if the questions all had to do with baseball and were baseball related, and they weren't about domestic violence, I don't know.
As far as the Astros statement says, it says he's being asked questions about a difficult outing. So that would be the Game 6 situation. And Easy Rays is right on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. You don't have to scream and yell about how happy you are to have him. No, you don't. I don't.
Right.
But I don't.
And that's the
understand
thing. As I'm saying to Easy Rays, I would love to have audio of how he sounded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because there's situations where I've heard people say, "Well, that person was yelling at somebody." They were, and I'm like, yeah, that didn't sound like yelling to me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the multiple eyewitness thing saying
I know,
yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. That's two eyewitnesses. I just saying it. In the day and age we live in, someone doesn't have audio of this.
Yeah, they have to, because they're asking them questions. There's got to be a camera in front of them.
So I'm like, listen, if the guy did it, I'm not defending the guy one bit. I just want to get this thing. I want a little bit more perspective before I jump to a conclusion, and totally bash this dude.
I don't know. Honestly,
I mean, if it goes down like what they're saying, and he was just lashing out at them for being female reporters, and then yeah, the dude's got some issues. You know what I mean? I mean, serious issues.
Yeah,
I'm certainly not gonna be one that's ever gonna defend a dude that's a domestic violence person.
No,
by any means.
I don't want this to be to take anything away from what we're going to witness here. We've got 3 great starters that are going to be going up against each other. Yeah. Nationals have 4, so
yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know this.
Yeah, it's just
I don't see why the guy would do anything like that. It doesn't make sense. It was certainly wasn't in his best interest to even get worked up about them defending him or not. I mean, they made the World Series. What are you worried about?
Yeah, I
don't know. Like I said, if he's yelling at them and like all red faced and being like aggressive, come on, dude. Really?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they're making it sound like.
Can you just?
So, and if that's the case, it's like, dude, calm down.
It is weird that it's just that situation. I mean,
yeah,
you can sit there and say the same thing. I'm so happy we got Greinke. I mean, they got him at trade deadline too. I mean,
yeah,
just be like, well, why don't you just say I'm very happy with all of our front office moves. I'm very, very proud of what we've done.
It just seems very odd and out of place. I'd have to assume I'm going to lean towards believing the eyewitnesses and what they're reporting in the article until someone can produce video footage that says that showed me that this guy was not kind of off his rocker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I still would love to see it so I can know exactly what I'm judging.
You would have to be just a monster, though, if you were just to turn around and just find just female reporters and be like, specifically be like, I'm happy I got him because you know his past as well as I do, and I'm happy he's on this team. Like, you would have to be a monster.
He must not like these people.
I don't know.
That's what it reeks to me. Right?
Yeah.
This reporter's written something in the past, or... Now the reporter that's writing the story, was she one of the ones that was kind of yelled at, or is she just reporting
it? She just says, nope, it just says that she's reporting that the assistant general manager, Brandon Tubman, turned to a group of female reporters, including one wearing a purple domestic violence awareness, and repeatedly yelled, "Thank God we got Asuna." So no, it doesn't say he's yelling at her, just that he turned to a group of female
and these were all things going on immediately after the victory?
Yeah. Yeah, during the celebration. Yeah.
Oh, God, so people are drunk, too.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, let's just assume. What a ding.
Well, like I said, I don't want that to put a black eye on this World Series is all. Not to, no pun intended there or whatever else.
No, I mean, it's not like they went to bed with the Chinese, so
yeah,
it's okay.
It's okay. So, but we are going to call, when we come back, we're going to take a break. We're going to call AC Earl, and we're going to talk to him briefly about the NBA season and what he's looking forward to this year, and just catch up with him in general. We haven't seen him since June, July, so we're just going to talk with him briefly.
All right, Jay. Hey, I don't know what's going on Front Street Brewery. I hope to hear soon that they're going to open the restaurant back. Have you heard anything? I think floodwaters are receding. Let's hope. But anyway, guys, we all know that Front Street is the oldest brew pub in the state of Iowa, and it's been serving Davenport since 1992 with all their great beers like the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, the Raging River, and the oh-so-popular Cherry Bomb Blonde. Check out the Facebook page for all the food and drink specials that they'll have coming, and their webpage is www.frontstreetbrew.com. Remember, the restaurant is soon to be open back at 208 East River Drive, and the tap room never closed. It's there in the Freight House complex, so make sure you get down and try some of that Front Street beer today.
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
I'm just gonna run to the garage.
Oh, wow, are you okay?
We've got to do something about this floor.
Like Dave's garage? Tailored Living just put in epoxy. Looks great and it's textured.
There's way too much junk in here.
Actually, Tailored Living pulled everything out, put it all back, and got rid of what they didn't want for free.
What are you waiting for?
Right, I'll get them here for an estimate.
No, help me up.
Call Brett today at 309-429-6270. Book your free consultation and choose from a limitless color selection for your garage or basement today.
If you're running a business, how much should you invest in retaining your employees? First Midwest Bank has ideas. In today's tight labor market, keeping your employees is more important than ever. A First Midwest banker can help you determine what type of 401k plan to offer. At First Midwest Bank, they're not just bankers, but expert financial advisors. Talk to one today or visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com.
Crisp autumn weather takes us to the home stretch of the fall athletic schedule at Augustana College. 5 soccer home matches at Thorson Lucan Field highlight the upcoming week. Saturday the 19th features a doubleheader hosting Milliken. Women start at 5, men follow at 7:30. The men then host UW Platteville on Wednesday at 7:30, followed by another doubleheader on Saturday. Matches with Elmhurst begin at 1 and 3:30. Find out more at augustana.edu. Augustana College, a family-friendly front row seat to big-time small college sports.
Score a touchdown on your next new or used purchase at Sexton Ford. With a huge selection of new Ford cars and trucks, you'll feel like you've entered the big game each and every time. You'll be treated like a pro player from sales to service, auto body to parts. Sexton also has a strong bench of mildly used vehicles, too. Why wait? The game's on at Sexton Ford in Moline.
Oh, yeah! Sexton Ford is the talk of the town.
At Casey's, we're not just here for made-from-scratch dough, fresh pepperoni, hand-cut veggies, and melty 100% mozzarella cheese. We're here for game night. Here for online ordering. And here for victory celebrations. Now at Casey's, get a large taco pizza for just $13.99. Casey's, here for handmade pizza, here for good. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Online sports betting is here with EliteSportsbook.com. If you are an active Rhythm City Casino Resort Club member, go to EliteSportsbook.com now and follow the prompts to start betting. Not a Resort Club member? Visit Rhythm City to join today. Bet with Elite Sportsbook at Rhythm City Casino Resort or online now. More ways to get in the game with EliteSportsbook.com and Rhythm City Casino Resort. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Follow us on Facebook at ESPN 1170. We'll help break up your feed of relatives' hot political takes. This is the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, everybody, we're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Done Right Satellite and Dish, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, a local on ESPN AM 1170, the K-Bob. Are we gonna call AC, Jay?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing? Letting him know?
Just send him a little message here to let him know we're calling.
So I'm rooting for the Nationals, by the way.
Well, I'm rooting for the Astros, and it has nothing to do with the assistant GM, so don't get on me about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever, Jay. Yeah, I'm sure.
The connection, do you know how many, like, former guys on there played at the Quad City River Bandits? It's like 7.
Yeah, that's cool. Sure.
Huh?
Sure, that's it.
It is something like that. It's a pretty good guess. Busy man. Trying to call AC earlier.
Makes for great radio.
Yeah, it's the anticipation of radio. Everyone gets to be like, hey.
Hey, the phone's ringing.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, buddy. How you been, man?
Good. You got me, can you give me 5 minutes to get situated?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll call you back.
Yeah, you want me to call you back in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. No problem, AC.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
See, that's why our show's the best.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Because we do things organically.
Well, did you notice my voice like changed? Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, sure thing.
Anything for you?
Sure thing. Like,
what? Sound like Mickey Mouse
in
all
my
of a sudden.
head, I can tell right now I'm turning red in front of this camera. Like I was like, what voice just came out of my head? Sure thing, AC. Like what just happened there? Anyway, so we're gonna talk to AC here a little bit, just catch up with him.
I thought we were calling Jessica Kleinschmidt there for
No,
a second,
yeah,
the way you
stop.
started talking. Hi, Jessica. No, it's okay. We'll just call you back whenever.
Stop. We're going to talk to AC here a little bit, but going into this season, we have the championship odds, and I said that to you before, where you were like, "Huh?"
I know. I was ignoring it because you're talking on NBA.
Okay. Well, real quick, going into
all right, I'll pay attention today just because Serge isn't here to help you out. Okay.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
But I'm blaming this on Serge.
The Clippers right now are the odds-on favorite to win the 2020 NBA championship. They are plus 325. I mean, if you want to make a futures wager and you want to bet the Clippers, you can put down $100 and you can win $325. The next one up is the Los Angeles Lakers. The Clippers, by the way, were plus 1,200 in mid-June. That was before. That was after the NBA championship. That was before they signed Kawhi Leonard in July. So the Lakers, they moved from plus 90 to 390 to plus 400. All right, most of these have there's not big changes. The only other big change would be the Toronto Raptors. The third favorite team is the Milwaukee Bucks at plus 525. The Philadelphia 76ers are plus 750. The Houston Rockets are the fifth got the fifth best odds at plus 800. They have increased from their June, which was plus 850. The Golden State Warriors are at plus 1,000, which by not Kerr said that he's pretty sure that Klay Thompson's going to be out for the entire year. So,
yeah, who cares what Kerr says? You idiot.
Okay. The Utah Jazz at plus 1,400. The Denver Nuggets at plus 1,800. Brooklyn Nets at plus 2,200. The Celtics at plus 2,500. That's your top 10 favorites. Let's see, locally here, well, in our area, Chicago Bulls are plus 20,000. So you can put up $100, and if they win the NBA championship, you can win $20,000.
You'll just lose $100.
Yes, you will. The Pistons at plus 15,000. Minnesota Timberwolves at plus 15,000. Their odds have actually gone down as well since June. Same as the Bulls. Not too good. And it kind of goes with the first like power rankings that I'm looking at. It's pretty close to that as well. The Clippers in this early power rankings preseason, I guess, before tip-off tonight. The Clippers, number 1. The Milwaukee Bucks, number 2. 76ers at 3. The Nuggets at 4. And the Lakers at 5. Quite a turnaround for the Lakers. They signed LeBron James. Last year, they were 37-45. So, all eyes are going to be on California.
Is this LeBron's first year with them?
Oh, sorry, no, not signing LeBron. Yeah, but he played the end of last year, and he had no supporting cast. But now he's got Anthony Davis there. Yeah, I forgot he was in there last year. The Houston Rockets.
Didn't they sign Dwight Howard too?
The Lakers, yeah, I believe so. Yes, he's happy with the second time around. The Rockets made the trade in the offseason to get Westbrook. They traded Chris Paul, so we'll see how that works in Houston. This will probably be
Where
like
did Chris Paul go?
Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay.
So this will be like one of those things that I think this will be the third year in a row. Like the Rockets will, have a great season, and then we'll be saying in June, like, this is their year. If they don't do it this year, it's all crumbling down again.
Well, they certainly have people who can score, but, I mean, how often are they going to play ISO? Like, whose turn is it going to be to play ISO? Like, how's Harden and Westbrook going to share the ball? There's just one ball to go around.
Yeah.
I don't see that ending well. I'm sorry.
I'd like to see more out of the Timberwolves. I don't know what they're doing up there, and Chicago is just completely out there.
Well, the West is out here building super teams, man. Right? I mean, the Celtics are probably the only the team out of the East is the Phillies, right? Or Philadelphia, I mean? 76ers?
No, Milwaukee Bucks.
He choked last year.
Yeah. Well, I am, for the second year in a row, I'm backing the 76ers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's my team.
Okay.
I'm going with the 76ers to win the NBA championship. All right? So that's at plus 750. If they don't do it now, it's time to get rid of Coach Brown. That's my opinion.
Well, I'm backing Jackie Moon in the Flint Tropic.
Yeah, you're just going to follow them this year?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if one I got to work on it, but call AC Earl. Hey, buddy.
You just let me talk. Just be calm down. Don't do a fake voice. Oh boy.
Hey, fellas, I'm all set.
All right, awesome, AC. Well, we got you live on air, bud. How things been, man?
Well, a little bit busy summer with the kids with their youth circuit and all that. So now getting ready for the high school and junior high. So not bad, back to teaching my fall classes at Iowa. So it goes.
Remind everybody, what are you teaching up there at Iowa?
I teach a coaching course for students who want to get certified in the state of Iowa to coach high school and junior high.
Uh-huh.
And then I coach a freshman seminar course for people who want to be agents, students who want to be agents, and maybe get into the marketing and professional sports and stuff.
So that's a first-year course?
Yeah. Iowa does a bunch of what they call these seminars, and they're kind of like for freshmen to kind of pick courses to see if they like that in the major, what they want to do. So it's kind of an introductory course to our sports and rec management major. So that's the department down there.
So being an agent is part of the sports and rec management major?
No, I actually started the class. I actually wrote the book for the class and actually invented the class. And so, excuse me, as of right now, there is no class that somebody could take to be an agent. People think that you could take a business course, or you could go pre-law, or you can go marketing, MBA, but that's really not true. So I just kind of created this course for people, kind of things that they could do to get into the industry and understand how the industry works.
Wow.
Yeah, because there is no law that says you have to be a lawyer or any of these other things to be involved.
Yeah.
Or to be an agent.
No. The only thing that the league's mandate is that the agent be certified in the association of the league that you're trying to be an agent.
Oh, nice.
So if you're going to be an NBA agent, you have to be certified by the players union.
All right. So you just guidelines that you have to follow through the players union, so do you understand contract terms and things like that, so that you're not signing your player up to a bad deal, basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
Code of ethics.
Right.
Understanding the salary cap and incentives and bonuses and salary cap. So, yeah, so they take a test. They take a test in the league collective bargaining agreement, the players union to become an agent.
Now, AC, throughout your career and friends of yours or whatever, was there or at any point was there a lot of seedy agents out there trying to defraud players or things like that going on that you witnessed?
If you read Charles Barkley's first book, he tells where his agent just told him that he would give him $10,000 a month out of his contract, and he would take care of everything else. And then when he went to switch agents, he didn't have any money in his account. His agent had wiped him out. Larry Bird, if you read his book, he'll actually tell you as well. Larry Bird's first agent, actually there's a rule in the NBA and most leagues now that agents cannot manage money. So Larry Bird's agent tried to manage his money and charge him 10% to manage money and be an agent, which is illegal now. The agent cannot manage money.
Wow.
Yeah, and then, there's a cream that goes to bar where his agent tried to get him to, well, he did actually. His agent incorporated him. He bought a mall, I believe, somewhere in South Dakota or something where there wasn't any tax or something at the point that you can incorporate. So there's a lot of so-called agents who thought they could save players money and make money and not pay taxes. And so that's kind of why we have that in place now that agents have to be certified.
Well, that's good.
That's awesome. So how do you spend? I know you do some stuff down here at the TBK Plex. So you're teaching classes up there in Iowa City. How often do you come back down here to the TBK Plex to help out?
Every Sunday. They've been great. I train there every Sunday, 5 p.m. Fans can look me up on Google or my website, venomsportstraining.com, or look me up or, get in touch. I train kids down there every Sunday at 5. And I do some of my camps here. I think I did 3 or 4 camps at TBK.
Okay.
So, I went to grad school with one of the gals who helps manage it.
Okay. So that's at venomsports.com, right?
Yeah, Venom Sports Training.
Venomsportstraining.com. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, good. You come back every Sunday at 5 o'clock at the TBK Plex. That's awesome that you come back to the Quad City area, and it's great that you take time with us. Again, we're talking with Ace Hero, former Iowa great and NBA great as well.
And Moline Maroon.
Moline Maroon, too. Yeah, if I don't say that, people will be all over us. Looking into this NBA season, Coach, the wagering in the state of Iowa is now allowed. So we like to tell our listeners, what the odds are, who the favorites are. Right now, according to the books, the Los Angeles Clippers are the favorite to win the 2020 NBA championship, followed by the Lakers, the Bucks, the 76ers, and the Rockets.
I actually went to Vegas for a basketball meeting, and I went to Mandalay Bay and put $5 on the Lakers and $5 on the Bucks.
You put $5 on the Lakers and $5 on the Bucks?
Yeah, I put $5 on the Lakers. I think they were 8-1 at the time.
Okay.
I put $10 on the Bucks. I think they were 5-1.
Yep.
And I put $10 on the Lakers to go to the Western Conference. And so I might make us a couple dollars.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, you chose wisely there. But the only thing about the Bucks that you have there is I had the 76ers coming out of the Eastern Conference there, so you're gonna have to get through them, I think.
Yeah, I think it'll be 7-game series, but I think the Bucks will have home court.
Okay. And then the Clippers, the Lakers have to share an arena with the Clippers, and they're the favorites right now, though.
Yeah, you know what? I can see that, but it's just for some reason I'm not sold on Paul George.
Okay. I'm with you. 100% with you on that.
Stepping up. I mean, Kawhi is proven he's not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid of LeBron. But I don't think they have enough complementary players that's been there. So, I mean, I like JaVale McGee. I like Dwight Howard. I like Avery Bradley. I like Rondo. So I just think that when it slows down to 7-game series, those guys are going to get it done.
Is there any other team out there like a dark horse that you like? Is it the Jazz, the Nuggets, or anybody in the East that you got your eye on?
Well, I mean, I think Philly is there, but like it's like I don't think they've been there. I don't think they've been there enough. And I like him but I don't think his body can hold up.
Okay.
And that's kind of what happened last year.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest. So I don't think Embiid can hold up. But I mean, that would be my second choice out of the East, and I don't think there's anybody else out of the East who could come out. And I think in the West, I think you would have to go. You have to go Denver.
Okay.
But I don't. They're all young.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't tell me. I don't think you could tell me they can beat Lakers in a 7-game series.
No, I'm with you there. Yeah, and anything out of the Golden State Warriors that you see? I mean, they just announced Klay Thompson will probably be out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think they're going to hold him out for sure. And I think Steph will wear down. I don't think he can. I think for him to score 30 every night would be very difficult for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he would wear down. And so I'm not saying they won't get to the playoffs, but
then we got the playoffs.
Well, I don't know. Okay, so you go in no particular order. You go Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Rockets.
Yep.
That's 4.
Jazz. Yep.
Jazz 5.
Portland, Spurs.
Portland. Yep. Portland 6. Like I said, no particular order. Portland 6. Maybe San Antonio.
Yeah. Mavs, maybe.
So, who?
The Dallas Mavericks, maybe.
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't put the Mavs
to make the playoffs. Okay.
But I would put So I mean, they would fight. I think they fight for 7-8.
Okay.
But, okay. Kings.
Oh boy, the Kings.
Right.
So your argument is you're saying that
there's a shot.
The Golden State doesn't make the playoffs.
I don't think so.
Wow.
That'd
be quite a fall.
If they are out of it in February, if they're 10 games back in February, 5 games back in February, I think they shut Curry down.
Okay. I have a question for you. Actually, it's from the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. It's from our friend Matt Erickson. It said that the quote is, Michael Jordan just said Steph Curry is not a Hall of Famer yet in his career. What are your thoughts on this?
No, that's ludicrous.
Is he or is he not a Hall of Famer right now?
Oh, of course he's a Hall of Famer. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
He's led the NBA in three-point shooting, I think, percentage a couple years and all-time mates.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think we talked about that stat when we were there. I think he even has a couple years where he made more three-pointers himself than when the Lakers won the back-to-back. And I'm sure the Bulls as well.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right. So, so there's no way he's not a Hall of Famer. What, two-time Finals MVP or one-time Finals
MVP? I think one time. Yeah,
MVP, one-time regular season MVP, or 2-time regular season MVP. One time?
That I don't know off the top of my head, but I think it's. Well, for sure it's one. But,
at least one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I mentioned the Clippers, and not to get too far off subject, but I've been listening to this podcast, this 30 for 30 ESPN, about the Sterling affairs, about Donald Sterling, which is crazy. I mean, it is absolutely crazy that this man owned an NBA team. Did you know anything about Donald Sterling when you were playing?
Oh, yeah. He was really cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, we used to play in the, I can't remember what that arena was called. Actually, they moved from the Lakers. I think it was the LA Sports Arena. That's where we used to play.
Yes, yeah.
And it was a dump.
Well, they practiced at like a community college. They didn't have a workout facility for him.
Yeah. So it was a little dumb. So, I mean, I would, you heard Rum say he never would pay people. He didn't like extensions. He always wanted to do things the cheap way. I think Elgin Baylor was the cheapest GM in the league at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And he was only making like $100,000 a year or something crazy. There was always players that came from. I played with a guy from there, Tony Massenberg,
mm-hmm.
and he used to tell stories playing with the Clippers. He just said it was just ludicrous. It was just unbelievable that the guy would do that.
Yeah, if you listen to podcasts and everybody out there, this 30 for 30, it's just like a 5-part series, about 30 minutes apiece. But the fact that this guy had an NBA franchise for this long and the way he treated his players, it's ridiculous. The NBA just turned their head and let him, even after all the litigation that he went through in his entire time, and eventually it all came out because of the tapes that were let out about him. I don't want to take up much more of your time there, AC. Just real quick, do you have any thoughts about what is going on with Hong Kong and the NBA?
Well, you know what? That's a huge topic, and I've been getting some feedback and things, and I just don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, but I know for the NBA, a lot of their players, that is a huge market. The players go over once a year to sell their shoes and promote their product,
mm-hmm.
and they've already lost some TV rights already. And it's going to be big on how that goes, and especially people don't realize Yao Ming is running the Chinese Basketball
That's right.
Association, and he's not happy from what I hear.
Okay.
Especially because he played for the Rockets.
Yep. Yeah, and that came from Daryl Morey. Yeah.
Right, and so it will be interesting. But they have the most screens and games played in Europe, or overseas that the NBA is sending back, over there. So it will be very interesting to see what the NBA stance is, if they're going to now, allow them to continue to be, a premier partner.
Yeah, it's. I think, and some more things that you're reading here that NBA doesn't really. They don't promote fans bringing in signs, but there is a lot of T-shirts that are going on, and people are wearing T-shirts like "Stand with Hong Kong," whatever else. And the problem, if these protests can continue, it's very possible that the Chinese could censor these games and black them out. So that's
which
not
they
good.
already have. There's a couple of TV stations that already said that we're not going to carry the games.
Yeah.
And so and that's a hit in the NBA's pocket. For sure.
And that was just what I was interested in you, because you've traveled around the world and you even wrote a book about it. How to play overseas. Again, what's your website again for everybody out there?
Venom Sports Training, just like Snake Venom.
All right, Venom Sports Training. AC, I want to thank you so much for your time. I know you're a busy man. I appreciate you agreeing to this phone conversation.
Oh, no problem. I always like talking to you guys. And just give me a little bit heads up. And, one day a week, I'll definitely drive down. It's fun being in the studio with you guys.
Awesome.
We appreciate that, AC.
Yeah, we'll
Thanks
set that
a lot,
up.
man.
Take care.
Okay.
Thanks, AC. All right, that was AC Earl, former Moline Maroon.
That's right. Don't forget that, Jim.
Iowa Hawkeye. An NBA great, and he's got a lot to talk about. Professor up there. Forget calling him coach. You need to call him professor.
I just love the fact that the guy's just gone on and done so much more than just, "Hi, I'm an ex-basketball player." He's another level. It's great. All
right, when we come back, we're gonna have Dan Vasco in studio. We get a look at SI Power Rankings. I got a game for him to play with us. It should be
you're gonna play a game, Dan.
Oh, you're gonna like it.
You excited?
Yeah.
You better be. Okay.
All right.
Make all your Sundays fun days at Pints with the 250 20-ounce domestic trash. $3 you call it in Jaybird. No live music because we got the Packers and Chiefs this week.
Matt Moore versus the Aaron Rodgers.
Wasn't that such a better game 2 weeks ago?
Great.
Yeah. Anyway.
Don't let me
but I can tell
on
you
it.
what is exciting. Every day at happy hour, Pints offers Van's Pizza complimentary. That's right, Jay. The pizza says, Jay, you're so good looking.
Yeah, that's the pizza. It's
Starting at 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday, you can get some free Van's Pizza. Fort Larges, come and hit the door. You guys chow it down and have some beers to wash it down. Get into Pints, 5268 Utica Ridge Road in Davenport.
Hey, this is Dorf with Dancing with the QC Stars. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, we're local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
This is Ella Schmidt, the 106-pounder for Bettendorf, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, we're local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand...
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't!
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike three.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot.
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
In less time than it takes to reheat leftovers in the microwave, a professional thief has made their way into your warehouse.
In the time it takes you to shampoo your hair, soap up, and shave your legs, a fire can reduce your business to a smoldering pile of charred 2x6s.
You can't keep watch over your commercial investments 24/7. With Jorgensen Insurance, you don't have to. When losses are the last thing you want to think about, call Jorgensen Insurance or visit jorgenseninsurance.com.
Score a touchdown on your next new or used purchase at Sexton Ford. With a huge selection of new Ford cars and trucks, you'll feel like you've entered the big game each and every time. You'll be treated like a pro player from sales to service, auto body to parts. Sexton also has a strong bench of mildly used vehicles, too. Why wait? The game's on at Sexton Ford in Moline.
Oh yeah, Sexton Ford is the talk of the town.
Crisp autumn weather takes us to the home stretch of the fall athletic schedule at Augustana College. 5 soccer home matches at Thorson Lucan Field highlight the upcoming week. Saturday the 19th features a doubleheader hosting Milliken. Women start at 5, men follow at 7:30. The men then host UW Platteville on Wednesday at 7:30, followed by another doubleheader on Saturday. Matches with Elmhurst begin at 1 and 3:30. Find out more at augustana.edu. Augustana College, a family-friendly front row seat to big-time small college sports.
Online sports betting is here with EliteSportsbook.com. If you are an active Rhythm City Casino Resort Club member, go to EliteSportsbook.com now and follow the prompts to start betting. Not a Resort Club member? Visit Rhythm City to join today. Bet with Elite Sportsbook at Rhythm City Casino Resort or online now. More ways to get in the game with EliteSportsbook.com and Rhythm City Casino Resort. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Rilco Lubricant and Service wants you to drive for them. Do you have a Class A or B CDL? Rilco is a fast-growing company with competitive wages, benefits, time off, and has many opportunities for advancement. Plus, no overnights, no weekends. Rilco, an industry leader in the supply of oil, lubricants, and preventative maintenance, is hiring now. Delivery routes available today. Call 309-788-5631 to apply. That's 309-788-5631 to start your new career today.
Join the conversation. Follow ESPN 1170 AM on Facebook and Twitter. From the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM. From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB, Davenport.
All right, guys, we're back here in the Hassle Castle. We want to thank AC Earl again for calling in. Great interview with AC. If you missed any part of that, you can go back to our Facebook page and watch everything live from the beginning. And this is Don't Hassle Us the Local. We're in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dun Right Satellite and Dish. And like we said, joining us, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Dan Vascow.
It's not fair. I have to follow AC Earl, but
well,
I'll do my best here.
You're going to be just fine.
Stop. So, let's see. We just got Week 7 in the books. The Patriots shut out the Jets.
We call that a shutout? Can we use it like that's it, stomp the Jets? They just like, hi, you're the Jets.
Decimation.
Hi.
Yeah.
Here, I got to blow my nose real quick. Let me borrow your jersey.
So, the favorites go 9-5 on the week. It's the first week first time in 7 weeks in the NFL that the favorites actually are on the higher end. Usually the underdogs, the dogs.
Vasco wasn't here last week either, was he?
No.
We haven't even, when you had a bye week, I haven't even been able to talk to you about duck calling.
yeah.
And your boy looked great.
Yeah,
might save your season. I don't know what's going on. JP, your duck call.
Well,
see?
Dang, Duck Hodges might have some competition there, my friend.
I know, dude.
Nicely done.
Duck Hodges, yes. It's funny that you mentioned him. Yeah, so we'll see how the Steelers, they have the Monday night game this week, right?
Yeah.
Viva la
A very
Miami.
enticing one, I'm sure, for all fans across
you'll
the country.
take that all day and you'll whip their butt.
Absolutely.
That's what, hey, you don't get to make the schedule. The schedule just comes to you.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no World Series game on Monday night either, so kind of forced to watch that game.
Think about all the top
It's going to be
quarterbacks.
Mason Rudolph, though, by the way. So.
You think?
Yeah.
But
for
think
sure.
about all the top
miss
quarterbacks
NASCAR.
that have missed a portion of the entire year this year so far.
I know. I was talking with one of my friends just a couple of days ago. It's crazy.
I mean, if you count Andrew Luck,
the amount of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes, Breeze, Roethlisberger.
Keep going. Nick Foles.
Yep.
well,
You said we had Nick Foles. You said
People
that.
have been
Andrew
banged
Luck.
up, too.
Yeah.
But haven't missed
people
games.
replaced.
You know,
can go to
Deshaun.
Eli Manning.
Trubisky went down. Chase Daniel.
Yep.
There's a lot of people out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to get to know your
A lot of
backups.
people getting hurt, man. Yep.
Mhm. It's not a safety sport,
No.
So people do get hurt.
Everyone's on the chopping block.
James' favorite dance is safety dance, though.
Yeah, I tell you what. All right. So anyway, you're. But Steelers. How are your fantasy teams doing?
Oh man, I'm having a rough go. It's not going great so far.
Tell me. I got of all my teams, I got two that are good, and the one that's mediocre, and the other two are just horrendous.
Yeah, it seems to be that kind of year. I mean, I've just had some bad luck with injuries that you can't help, but I'm just so happy. There are 4 games this year that I've lost by under a point.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
Basically got beat by the Rams defense last week in the league. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like that's the one,
and that's
the
so
one where my
random,
team.
too. What's the odds
My
of that?
team's good, but that was a bad loss. I didn't need that loss at the exact time. So it's.
It's all about how it
I got
fits in
2
that
good,
particular
1
week.
okay. That's the okay one, and then 1 mediocre and 2 just horrendous.
You just got to win 1 to make up for the rest, though, right?
So this weekend we're wrapping up high school football.
Yeah,
Right?
flies by.
And so Saturday, I'm sure that's
You
going
were
to be.
you were at the Moline game last week, right? I thought I saw you tweeting.
Yeah, I was there. I was at
Geneseo.
I was at Browning, and then right before that, I was at Bettendorf, and then I went to Allman. I actually went to 3. There was just so much scoring yesterday or that week.
Oh my God!
So I mean, I was in Bettendorf for maybe a good 15 minutes or so, and there are already 3 touchdowns. They went on to get a shutout there.
And Saturday, the pairings come out for Illinois and Iowa, right? Because Iowa now releases on.
I believe
it used to be
I
like
believe
at
it's
2 in the
Saturday as
morning,
well.
and now it's Saturday. But it's not nearly as big of a deal as Illinois. Like Illinois will have it on.
You have to get 6.
And there's so many more teams in Illinois where it's it's harder to become playoff.
Now I heard
to become playoff eligible.
And maybe it was your article I read it in, but I heard Moline, the chances are better now because of the strike up in Chicago, the teacher strike at the union.
Is that for real?
Really, I haven't heard that. Really?
There's some teams up there that aren't going to be able to play because of the strike, so they might miss the playoffs.
Wow!
But this would be a good time to plug the CW, wouldn't it?
There you go.
Because Saturday, that's when they have the big show.
That's when,
for Illinois. I mean, they make a big deal out of this team, right? It's like a selection Saturday.
Oh
show.
yeah, well that's
Sunday.
fine. But I'm saying I'm almost. And if someone out there can I wish Serge was here, but I read that somewhere, and I might have been drinking, so that's okay. But I'm positive. Yeah,
we'll look into that.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
One of those, two of those teams. One of them that's up playing. They call it the Chicago whatever conference. I can't.
Yeah.
But I know, once the pairings come out and the teams in Illinois that make it and those in Iowa, I mean, you kind of go back to the preseason thing where you get to go back to the practices and talk to the coaches all over again and get the shot from the blades of grass and coach going hut hut and everything. So
it's previewing. Only this time we're previewing a playoff matchup. So
or no,
what's that?
You gonna go down to Quincy for this one?
I'm not going down to Quincy.
Okay.
No. Okay. I think someone might. But we also have a Quincy affiliate out there, so we'll see. I don't know. They might
they might send us some stuff as well.
They have a Hy-Vee in Quincy, too. It's great.
Yeah. Good.
Sounds like a great place. I got to go there.
All
go
right.
check it out.
Well, it is our time to it's our time to look at SI's
See how they rank against
power rankings.
me.
This is our second year looking at this with Vasco. Sports Illustrated comes out with their Monday morning quarterback power rankings. It is different every week. We try to figure out where they're at. They've been a little consistent, which is not hard to do once you get to this time of year.
They've been a lot better this year than last year, though.
There are only 7 people voting this week, whereas opposed to sometimes we've had as many as 16 people voting because they fired everybody. Very good. All right. So at number 1, previously was number 1, it is the New England Patriots.
You don't say.
Man, that's a no-brainer.
6 out of the 7 voted them 1.
Someone voted. Someone didn't vote for
this
number
is
one.
the one. This is where it gets
I
fun.
wish they would tell you who the one voted for.
This is where
Probably
it gets
San
fun.
Fran
Yeah.
then, right? That's the only other.
But in your right mind, no one thinks San Francisco is better
No,
than
exactly.
the Patriots.
You're right. Where is the other number 1 vote? I can't find highest place vote. Anyway, we'll get to it. All right, so number 2 is the San Francisco 49ers.
So far, they're right with me, Jay.
The highest place vote is 2. 4 of them voted 2. Okay. Tied for 3rd. It is between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints.
I had Saints.
They have a
third.
tie.
They have a tie.
I had the Saints 3rd, Packers 4th, but all right.
Yeah, those are fairly interchangeable.
Yeah,
guys,
but
this
no worries about
when
the
Breeze
top
comes
four.
back. That Saints team is 10 times better than the Packers. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It is.
maybe.
They
We'll
got
see.
They have a better defense.
Okay.
They do have better defense.
Top 3 defenses in the league, by the way: Patriots, 49ers, Saints.
Green Bay's got to be not too much further behind though.
You'd be
Maybe like
surprised.
6th or 7th.
You'd be
I
surprised.
guess.
Number 5 is the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
So is it
Wow.
consistent with your top 5, T-Roy?
I had the Bills, but I had the Vikings at 8, so it's not too far off.
Yeah, hold on to that Bills idea in your head for a second, okay?
I am.
We'll get to that. All right, so at number 6 is the Kansas City Chiefs.
I had them at 7.
3 voters had them as high as 5. 1 voter had them as low as 10. The Indianapolis Colts at 7.
I had them at 10. I don't think they're better than the Ravens, but okay.
The highest they had, it was 2 voters had them at 6. 1 had them as low as 9. Number 8, the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
Didn't they just lose at home to the Ravens?
To the Ravens,
They just
yeah.
lost to the Ravens,
And
and
the
somehow
trend-
they're going to be ranked higher than the Ravens. This is where we start making fun of SI Riders.
Yeah, just again, hold on to that thought.
Okay.
Yes, so they got 2 voters gave them as high as 7. 1 gave them as low as 15. At number 9 is the team that beat them. It's the Baltimore Ravens.
So the 5-1 Bills are getting no respect yet.
Well, no, the 5-1 Bills are not getting any respect. At number 10 is the Dallas Cowboys, previously ranked 16th.
I had them at 9, but 10's fine.
Yeah,
but I
no
still
worries.
can't believe the Bills are.
Can't believe they got the in over the Eagles, man.
The Bills should be ahead of the Seahawks.
Yeah, for sure. No, I know. I had to give you something to work with there.
Give me a duck call, Jay.
At number 11, the 5-1 Buffalo Bills, previously ranked number 11. They stay here. The 3 voters voted them as low as 16. 1 voter
That's crazy.
gave them number 1.
The Bills are.
1 voter gave the Buffalo Bills
Oh, man.
number 1.
That voter should be drug tested immediately. Come on.
That is crazy, right?
Next week they're going to have 6 voting.
Their 1 loss is to the Patriots.
Yeah.
They're taking care of business.
Yeah.
They're getting it done. I want to say they're a top 5 defense.
Yeah, it's just their offense isn't.
Their offense isn't
dynamic
They
in
don't.
any way.
Their running game is okay. Frank
Yeah.
Gore, right now, and that Singletary guy has been injured. They're going to be something special eventually. I like
They
what
will.
the Bills
They
are
will.
doing.
Some teams can win in a lot of different ways, and I feel like Buffalo's maybe not one of those teams.
Yeah,
they have a couple different.
They can't
they have
turn
to
the
run
ball
the ball
over if they're going to win. They can't put too much pressure on their deep. But they
have to win time of possession, and they have to make
All
sure
right.
their defense plays
According
well.
to SI.com, Monday Morning Quarterback, their power rankings at number 12 is the Los Angeles Rams.
All right, Jay, here's the deal.
Okay.
From 1 through 12, we have the same teams. Just we have a strong disagreement over those Seahawks.
Mm-hmm. And the Bills.
Yeah.
I'm down to 11, except for one voter.
Stone?
Went all
Yeah,
the way up to one.
yeah, okay.
At number 13, the 4-3 Houston Texans, previously ranked number 7. They lost to Indianapolis 30-23 last week.
I had them at 14, so we're not far off.
At number 14, the Detroit Lions.
I had them at 15.
It's almost like you should just feel bad for the Detroit Lions.
You almost should, but then,
I mean, they had the game, and then it turned on its side, and now, you knew you're going to have a letdown, just not that
it's
big
almost
as
like
the
you
Vikings.
wish the government would come in and give them a buyout like they did all the car places. Right?
Exactly. Just
No?
help
All right.
Detroit out a little bit.
Just help them out.
I also
just
went
give
up
them
against
Bill-
Marvin Jones. So
Oh, yeah, good for
that'll
you.
explain why I lost this
Yeah.
week.
I had Jimmy Garoppolo give me a 9-hole
Oh, yeah. I had him too. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You're so good looking.
I had Matt Ryan give me a whopping 2. So it's a great day.
Number 15, the 4-2 Carolina Panthers.
All right, I was going to say, where are they at? Well, Jay.
They've had a surprising
Through 15, we have the same
run here.
teams. They just said, I went 13 Carolina, 14 Texans, 15 Lions. So, all right.
I will believe in Riverboat Ron if they can take care of things in San Francisco. I will not say that his seat is warm.
You know what
anymore.
they say?
What's that?
If you're going to San Francisco, put flowers in your hair.
Yep, they do.
They do say.
At 16, the Philadelphia Eagles. We didn't even talk about this last week. Doug Peterson, when talking about going into after the Week 6 game, going into Week 7 against the Cowboys, he said we're going to win this game. Felt very confident.
Yeah, he did.
He said we're going to win this game. It wasn't we're going to go in there and dominate him. He just at the end of story. We're just going to win this game.
It's not too often head coaches insert themselves and give the other team locker room motivation, but
It's not really his fault
Like
that
they
they had
needed any.
They had 2 first-half fumbles that led to drives of 14 and 16-yard scores. Not his fault, though.
It's not his fault?
No. At number
No,
17.
it's still not the best move.
At number 17, the Chicago Bears.
All right.
What do you even say about that, man?
All I just keep doing is
you can't leave your defense on the field that long.
No.
That's what's going on. The Bears have have a great defense. They're literally on the field all the time because the offense is.
Yeah.
I mean, the offense is like.
7 rushing attempts again, so that's like the 3rd time this year where they've had under double-digit rushing attempts. So you can't win football games
The
like that.
offense is like a kid in a plastic bubble. He's sick and he can't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes can handle not rushing, 10 times a game. He can throw the ball 50 times, but that's not what Mitchell Trubisky is set up
you're
for
not
right
even
now.
trying to. You have this rookie Montgomery you drafted early.
Traded up to draft.
And
when
you're
you
not
don't have
even-
a lot of draft picks.
Well,
You're not even
I really
using
thought we get our
them.
and the comment he made thought we were going to get our run game going. Jay was telling me
We're going to get more. I really thought we'd get more. out of
7
the run game.
rushes.
Yep.
And then he says that again. He says, well, I'm not dumb. I know we need to run more.
No, I think he's dumb.
Yeah, but then
Nagy's
why?
not a good coach.
The problem is then why? Then why aren't you doing it?
Listen,
You
if I'm
know?
a Bear fan, I'm mad that we
Yeah.
got another crackpot coach. Because it just
Maybe
seems like all
not
they do.
though. You still
I
got to
don't
give him
know,
some time.
man.
It's, he's not dealing. Look at the quarterback he's dealing with. Man.
Well, they drafted that quarterback.
Yeah,
Nope.
but he didn't.
There you
Matt
go.
Nagy didn't
Then why
draft
isn't
him.
Pace the one who said
Right,
head
Pace,
should be
that's
on
what
there?
I'm
Pace,
saying.
yeah, the GM should be the one.
GM
Pace hired all
should
these
be
people.
accountable for these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, I mean, you don't think you'd be going on Pace.
And meanwhile, when
And
that
he's made
happened,
some great moves. He's made some
when
great
Lynch
picks.
did this for the 49ers and got all those picks and everything else and said, hold on. We talked about that story when they were trying to trade for to trade up to get to the spot where Trubisky is. It was Lynch that said, hold on. Let's not take that deal yet.
Yeah.
See if they'll throw in this. And they threw in like another pick.
Yeah, they threw in. Yeah, exactly.
He's like, oh, wait.
They played him.
Yeah.
You know where Pace went to college?
No.
Eastern Illinois.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Is
he really?
Yep, my wife's still the smartest person.
I thought
ever
you were going to say
graduated from
something
East
like
Illinois
he was like the
Dinas.
paste pecani sauce thing. It'd be like New York
Hey,
City.
man, Tony Romo went to Eastern, all right?
My wife's smarter than Romo. Sorry.
All right, at number 18, Cleveland Browns.
What?
2-4. The Cleveland Browns are in the.
They are not better than the Raiders.
Well,
come on,
Definitely
man.
not better than the Raiders.
They are not.
That's insane.
They are not. Okay.
At 19, the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, they're not better than the Raiders either.
Ryan Tannehill is he's leading
the
the
Titans aren't better than the Steelers.
Number 20, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay.
At 21, the Jags.
They're not better than the than the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I feel like Pittsburgh should get some love here
I got
around
Pittsburgh
the 20s.
at 19, brother. See?
All right, nice. Appreciate it, man.
These guys in the
At 22, the 1-5 go see New York Jets.
Get out of
What?
here! What? Come on!
What is happening? This is where we're
This
falling
This,
apart.
yeah,
at the
this is where it
seams.
usually gets a little. It's like they stop paying attention after like the 10.
Yeah.
23 is the Pittsburgh Steelers at 2-4.
They'll beat
Soon to be head coach of the Washington Redskins, Mike Tomlin.
Right.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 24.
I believe they are better than the Titans.
Broncos at 25.
Okay.
Arizona
Wow.
Cardinals at 26.
They are not better than the Chargers.
Los Angeles
Yeah, I
Chargers
agree
at
with that.
27. 2-5. Previously 20 on the year. I mean, last
Didn't
week
the
they
Chargers
were
beat
20.
the Broncos already this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what's Denver's record? Because aren't they?
1 and something?
They're 1 and
They're
6,
2-5.
right?
2-5.
Oh, they're 2-5 as
Yeah.
well. So they're both 2-5.
Yeah, they beat the Titans.
But the Chargers beat them, so yeah, they shouldn't be this.
Yeah. Well, now Atlanta?
New York Giants at 28.
Okay.
Danny Dimes led New York Giants.
I'm so tired of that.
Then Atlanta
I
Falcons
couldn't
at
have
1-6.
been more
How
wrong
can the-
about the Falcons this year. I thought they were
Uh-huh.
going to win the division, and I thought the Saints were going to regress and not make the playoffs. Man, I whiff on that one.
Where'd you get Atlanta at? 29?
29.
Okay.
Then tied at 30 is the Bengals and the Washington Redskins. And finally, at 32, the Dolphins of Miami.
I just want to see if the Dolphins can get off this number 32 ranking all season long. We'll see if they'll get
I
there.
don't think they want to. That's the
They don't
problem.
want to,
Yeah.
but neither do the Redskins or the Bengals.
Well, the fact that the Redskins beat them, they tried to lose to them.
I know. It was kind of fun watching that game,
Can
kind
you-
of watch
hey, can
both
you see
teams
that-
try and not win it.
The general manager of the Dolphins is calling down, go for the 2-point conversion and don't get it.
Empty set.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to take a quick 2-minute break. When we come back, I got a little NFL game to play with you guys.
I'm intrigued.
Yes, you should be intrigued. All right, so
You know what? You are the Quad Cities version of
Wink Martindale?
Yes.
Thanks.
Or who was the guy that talked about Whoopi? Was that Wink Martindale? Yeah, the Newlywed Game.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I know
that
what
was
you're talking-
Wink, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Bob
Probably.
Eubanks. That's
Bob
you.
Eubanks. Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
there you
All right.
go.
Good-
We
showing
need to get
our
you one of
age
those skinny microphone
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, the really long
The wrong
ones.
with the skinny. Get you a nice leisure suit.
All right.
All right.
Take it promo. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
All right, babe Winkleman. Hey, Quad City, stop going to your favorite social media sites asking everybody where you're going to get your oil change, who does the best tattoo work, or where you're going to grab some lunch. Just pick up your Locals Love It's guide. It has an easy-to-navigate table of contents to help you find what you're looking for. Or go to the website, localsloveits.com, click on Quad Cities, and then browse your favorites. It's easy to use, and they rank the most popular places for you. Those are our friends from Locals Love Us, your guide to the best.
Headquarters, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
In business, is it better to build your way to growth or buy your way? First Midwest Bank has ideas. It's a critical decision and different for every company. A First Midwest commercial banker can help you weigh your options. Because at First Midwest, they're not just bankers, but expert financial advisors. Talk to one today or visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com. M&A momentum, strategic momentum, business momentum. First Midwest Bank.
At a time of personal loss, we each express our feeling in our own way. Wheeland Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory recognize that no one service is right for everyone. That's why we offer various options for the most appropriate service, the most fitting farewell, and personalized attention to detail. Wheeland Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, Rock Island, Milan, Reynolds, and the Knox Chapel.
When the soil around your foundation shifts, it can cause serious problems for your home, including bowing, leaning, or cracked basement walls. Helitech's patented wall anchoring system will provide a permanent solution for bowing basement walls and will get the job done right the first time. For basement wall repair, trust Helitech, your hometown foundation repair contractor for over 30 years. Soil constantly expands and contracts, putting pressure against your foundation, causing it to bow or crack. Helitech is the area's only contractor that uses AB Chance, an American-made wall anchoring system to provide a permanent solution for bowing or crack. Helitech to heal your home. Give yourself peace of mind knowing they will find the root of the problem, the solution, and heal it for a lifetime.
Heal your home with Helitech.
Can't leave the office during lunch? You can still listen to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on the ESPN 1170 app. Download it today and never miss a thing from the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170.
All right, guys, we're back in the Hassle Castle. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Very good.
On
And
AM
remember the
11.
name of the show.
I know, I couldn't forget it.
Good for you.
I almost called us Done Right Satellite. Anyway, we're still in studio with our man Dan. Dan Vasca. And Jay has a game for us to play.
Yes, so you guys touched upon this. A lot
Dave
of
Winkleman.
quarterbacks have
Bob
gone
Eubanks.
down this year.
Yes.
And a lot of new names are being floated out there.
Oh, I get it. What kind of game we're playing?
What do you think?
Who name is he a backup or not a backup?
No, it's not like that at all, but it's very close. What I'm going to do,
You're going to give us a name. We got to guess the team.
Dan's lovely mother is
Yes.
going to pick from a stack of cards that has all the NFL teams.
Okay.
We're going to go one at a time. Dan
You
will go
gotta
first.
say who the
Okay.
backup is.
I'll name the starter for the team.
Yeah.
That's right. You have to guess the backup.
This would be
You'll get 1
interesting.
point for if you name the backup. Some are easy, some are not. 2 points if you can name which college they went to, and 2 more extra points if you can name what year they entered in the league, meaning
Oh,
it's
man.
drafted or they were undrafted.
That would be
You can steal after they don't get it after their guess. You can steal for 1 point only, and you can't get the bonus, the college or whatever else. All right?
So we alternate who goes first
Yes,
then
you're
on
gonna go
it?
first.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to give us a team first. You're going to pull from anywhere on there. All right, Vasco, you're first. with the
Cleveland
Cleveland
Browns.
The Cleveland Browns. Now, the starter for the Cleveland Browns we know is Baker
Is
Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
The backup, I believe, is Deshaun Kaiser.
The backup is not Deshaun Kaiser. Do you, T-Roy, can you steal it?
The backup.
For the Cleveland Browns. As listed on ESPN.com depth chart.
Is it? Oh shoot! The redheaded kid from Alabama.
No.
It's not that kid.
No, it's not. It's Garrett Gilbert.
Okay.
Former SMU quarterback.
Oh, you
been
should
in
let
the-
us guess that.
No, you can't do that after that. No, if you get it right, then you get the bonus.
go down the line. Okay, I got
He had spent some time in the AAF last year. He came in the league in 2014. All right, T-Roy, your team is.
Wouldn't you like for his name to be Gilbert Garrett?
Your team is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We do know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are quarterbacked by famous Jameis, right? Jameis Winston. Who is the backup for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Good Lord.
Get to know the name of this game, by the way. I named it. You want to know what the name of this game is?
What?
It's called Backup. That's the backup for that team?
Mike Jones.
That's a good guess. It is Ryan Griffin.
Hey, I didn't get a chance to steal, man.
I'm very sorry.
I didn't know, though.
I apologize.
honestly, I didn't
okay,
know.
you're
I
right.
had no
I'm
idea.
sorry.
You're messing up your own game.
I am. I was so
didn't
busy. I was so excited about announcing the name of the show.
Ryan Griffin went
Backup.
to.
He's
he
a
went
backup
to
in the
Arizona.
NFL. No, he went to Tulane. He's been in the league since 2013. Dan, your NFL team, your next team is
Don't mess it up this time.
the Atlanta Falcons. We all know the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons.
Matt Schaub.
Very good, Matt Schaub. Who also
I would have got that one right.
who
too.
also moonlights
He
as,
also played this week, too.
who also moonlights as Don Flamenco in Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Do you know what school Matt Schaub went for
trying to
2
remember.
points?
Do I get a chance to get 2 points?
Nope.
This is... Oh, man.
I know.
I'm just gonna throw one because I'm not sure. I feel like it's a Southern team. I don't know. I'm just gonna guess and say Oklahoma.
Not
That's the
Oklahoma.
best guess I got.
I don't get any points.
Yeah, you
but
don't get any points. What is it?
Houston.
Nope, it's Virginia. He's a Cavalier. He came in the league in 04.
Good for him.
T-Roy, your team is the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, he pulls his own team.
That's ridiculous.
Hey.
You know what's bad?
You know what's bad is right.
What's bad is I don't know it.
We know that Dak Prescott,
I
former
know.
Mississippi State
Probably
quarterback.
Kellen Moore, right?
No, he's
I know.
It was Kellen Moore.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to say the kid's name is like Tyler. It's like Tyler Jacobs or something like that. No, am I?
It is not.
No,
For the,
let him guess.
For the steal?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The backup
really
for
don't.
the Cowboys. The pride of Central Michigan, Cooper Rush.
He's the backup?
He's the backup.
Cooper Rush is the backup?
Of the Dallas Cowboys.
You better hope that doesn't get hurt, man.
You think? I hope every day.
Yeah.
got a
What are you
better-
talking about? This guy's name's Cooper.
Your next team, the New York Jets. Oh, this one should be.
Oh, yeah, this.
All right.
Keeps getting ones that everybody should know.
We know Sam Darnold
know.
is the
That's
quarterback.
true.
He's seeing ghost. He's from. He's a USC graduate. He's been in since he came in 2018. Who is the backup for the New York Jets?
Luke Falk.
Luke
yes.
Falk. That is not who I've listed.
Darn it.
But he is one of them.
Maybe he's the third then?
Depth chart. Hold on. I'm going to double check, make sure I didn't do anything wrong here. But
Yeah, he's messed up his own game.
No, I didn't. No, it's not Luke Falk.
Wow.
Do you want to?
He's not the. Wow.
I don't know.
David Fales.
Never fails.
Sounds like our old weather guy, Terry Fails.
It's Fales.
Why is he the backup?
I don't
How does
know.
that make sense?
David Fales is a San Jose State.
San Jose?
Yeah, San Jose State.
Maybe I wonder if Luke Falk's like hurt or something.
It doesn't even have him listed here. That's the thing.
He was the last one to play.
I know. I'm interested in that too.
Maybe they should.
This game is rigged.
Maybe
no,
they cut
let's
him.
not say that about
Yeah.
NFL. All right. I mean the ESPN.com. We'll be looking that up in a second.
All right. I gotta redeem myself. I didn't even know who the backup for my own team was. That's pretty bad.
That's pretty rough.
All
By
right.
the way, you got that one. Good job.
What? What team? Team for T-Ray. So down. Minnesota Vikings is your team.
Man. I should have known this. This is
Less than 2 weeks ago, the Jets waived Luke Falk.
Did they
He's a
really?
free agent. Yes.
Wow.
All right, the Minnesota Vikings. We know that Kirk Cousins, Michigan State alumni, is the starting quarterback. Who is the backup quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings?
I don't know.
For the steal?
Circle gets a square. God,
Yeah, I got nothing.
we really suck at this.
It is Sean Mannion from Oregon State, 2015, since it was when he entered the league. Sean Mannion is the backup for the Minnesota
Sure that
Vikings.
isn't Ben Affleck playing O'Banion from Dazed and Confused?
It's exactly who I picture when I say Sean Mannion.
That's what I did.
So, next team.
All right, what
Arizona
do I got?
Cardinals, sorry.
Arizona Cardinals.
All right, Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, man, like
We
that
know.
one's tough too. They just got rid of Josh Rosen. They bring in Kyler Murray.
We know
No
that
one
Kyler
knows.
Murray is the starting quarterback. Former Heisman Trophy winner from Oklahoma. Who is the backup for the Arizona Cardinals?
Do you know this one?
No. I think I
This is
had
the best game ever.
God, this is hard. It's harder than I thought. I thought I would be
I think
good
I do.
at
I think I
this.
do.
I thought I would do well.
It's your turn, though.
Yeah, I don't have.
I might have one right. Jay, are you giving up?
I don't. Yeah.
Jay,
Toss it to you.
is it
Yes.
Drew Stanton?
It is not Drew Stanton.
That was a good guess.
Dang it!
That was a good guess.
It is Brett Hundley
Oh.
Remember
okay.
Wrong Brett? Yeah.
Yep.
Former
Yep.
UCLA quarterback. He's been in the league since 2015.
Should have known that one.
Should have. All right, T-Roy, your team is the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos of the AFC West. Let's go through here.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco is their starting quarterback. He's a University of Delaware guy. Hi, I'm in Delaware. Who is the backup? And I'm very excited if Flacco goes down, if he becomes the backup. That's not a hint or anything. I'll tell you why in a second.
This is that former first-round draft pick, right?
I think you're thinking of somebody else, and he's on the IR.
Oh, no. Then I don't know. Vasco to steal.
So it's, I mean...
Someone's trying to call, by the way.
I know, it's Jay Root. They're
Trevor
scheduled for
Siemian
tomorrow.
was my guess.
He's scheduled for tomorrow. I don't know.
Oh, all right, never mind.
What'd you go with?
Trevor Siemian was my guess.
Yeah.
But is he on the IR then?
Simeon is on the IR for the Jets.
Oh, he's on the Jets now? All right,
yeah.
there you go.
So do you have a guess?
Yeah, you guess Trevor Siemian.
Yeah,
it's Brandon Allen.
I never would have got it.
Former Arkansas quarterback, came in the league in 2016. I don't want to wish anything on Joe Flacco, so maybe he just gets benched. But I want to live in a world where there's Kyle Allen, Brandon Allen, and Josh Allen in the NFL. That's the world I want to be in.
All right, Vasco, this is your chance to just...
Dan, your team, the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, man.
The Carolina Panthers. All right. Cam Newton has not been named the starter, so Kyle Allen is considered the starter.
And so who's their third string quarterback is basically
who is their backup, yeah.
Oh, man. I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I even know what college he went to.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say his name.
Don't say the college.
He's a rookie.
Yes, he is.
Oh, man. That's bad. Oh, Will Greer.
Very
Will
good.
Greer. West Virginia.
There we go. Wow, look at that.
So I get 2 for West Virginia?
You get 1 for the name, 2 for the school, and 2 for the year. That's
yeah,
a big
and
one.
I got...
That was a big one.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
T-Roy, here you go.
Great.
The Green Bay Packers. Boy, this is fun. Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. He went to University of California. He came in the league in 2005. He's a first-round draft pick. Who is the backup for Aaron Rodgers?
Season over.
Season over. Pack it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pack it up, pack it in.
Mhm.
Season's over. I have no idea.
Do you know who the backup for the Green Bay Packers is? For those of you just tuning in and listening, we're playing backup. He's a backup in the NFL?
I'm so bad at this.
Name your NFL backup players. Get to know them before they're on your Sunday screen.
No, I don't know.
Season over? Just say
Season over. Season's over.
It is Tim Boyle, the former Eastern Kentucky standout, who came in the league in 2018.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Dan, the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, here you go. Phillip Rivers. No one even cares about how long he's been in the league.
It's got to be one of his
Because
kids,
it's all
right?
of his kids. He's got so many kids. All right, so...
He's got a full team.
He does, almost.
Yeah. Who is the backup for the Los Angeles Chargers?
My guess, and that's just because he was like a few years ago, would be, I don't even remember his first name. It's Berkovici. I forget his first name, but I don't think it's right.
No, it's not right. Can you steal it?
Colin Jasper.
Colin Jasper sounds like a made-up name, and that is not it. It is Tyrod Taylor.
It is?
Former
That's where
Virginia
he
Tech
is.
quarterback, been in the league since 2011.
Oh, man.
All right, T-Roy, your NFL team is the New England Patriots.
You got to get on the board, T-Roy. Yeah, are you on? You're not on the board yet.
No.
Right?
The New England Patriots. Tom Brady, the 6th-round draft pick out of the University of Michigan, is the starting quarterback for the Patriots. Who is his backup?
He just played last night.
Of course he did.
Got in the game. Yeah, he got in the game. They talked about how he threw an interception the last time he came in, and so he's probably just going to hand the ball off a lot.
See, my roommate's a huge Patriots fan, so
and he was
better get
college
this right.
He was out of was man, this is terrible. God, I mean, it was just right there. I can just see the guy. I think his name was like Josh Stewart. Is that right?
You have the initials right. Can you steal it?
Yeah.
You know it?
Do you want to take one?
Go ahead.
One more. All right. Jarrett Stidham.
Yes, Jarrett Stidham for the steal.
Oh man.
Fair point. All right, Dan, your team is.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna guess his college, right?
You can't. You stole it. It doesn't work that way.
Gotcha.
All right. The Seattle Seahawks are your team in the NFC West. Russell Wilson.
Ooh.
Who is the backup for Russell Wilson, the Seattle Seahawks? What is your guess on today's game?
I don't.
Called backup. He's a backup in the NFL. Do you have a guess?
No. Nope.
T-Roy for the steal?
I don't know.
The backup for the Seattle Seahawks is Geno Smith of West Virginia.
Wow.
I know.
It's amazing how guys stay in the league so many years after.
You're not kidding.
amazing.
All right, T-Roy, your team is the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is where it gets fun. Jacksonville.
Oh, no.
We know that G. Minshew, the second, is a starting quarterback out of Washington State. But who is the backup to Gardner Minshew the second?
Josh Gordon.
No, it's not Josh Gordon. For the steal?
Feel like I do know this one, and I can't think of the name. I don't believe it's a younger quarterback. It's an older quarterback. Is it? Is that right?
No, he's been in the league.
Then I'm wrong.
It is, of course, as we all should know, Joshua Dobbs.
Oh, I should have known that.
The University of Tennessee. Been in the league since 2017. All right, Vasco.
They just traded him to them this
They
year.
just did the Cincinnati Bengals in your division. Who is the backup to the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, the former TCU legend? Who is the backup?
I'm trying to remember who picked up. Hold on, give me a sec.
Okay.
Give me 1 sec, because I'm thinking of the former Alabama quarterback. I don't know why I'm missing his name here.
I don't know.
It's not. I give up.
It is Ryan Finley.
Yeah, that's not. What I was
NC
thinking of.
State, 2019. It's the first year in the league. All right.
Nice. All right.
Oh, I didn't give you a chance to steal. Sorry, did I?
We're not got it.
All right. Okay. T-Roy, your team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh boy, the Steelers. The starting quarterback is Mason Rudolph. Who is the backup?
That's the duck call guy.
Oh, what's his first name?
What's his name?
Duck Jones or whatever.
Not Duck Jones.
Really? Come on. We were just.
I know. I
his name?
can't remember his name.
What?
I can't remember his name.
Who is the backup?
No, Devlin Hodges.
Very good.
And their practice
Duck
squad
Hodges.
quarterback is Paxton Lynch. All right, I'll go even further. Give me 5 points for
God,
that.
I'm a terrible fan.
kidding.
You
Sanford
like it?
He went
College.
to yeah. All right,
What's
All
his
right.
name again? Dev Hodges?
Devlin Hodges.
I'm going to call him Duck.
Devlin.
God, I'm the worst.
All
How do you
right.
do that? That's like really good.
So bad.
Vasco, you're up. The Philadelphia Eagles.
Eagles.
We've got the Philadelphia Eagles. All right. Quarterbacked by Carson Wentz from North Dakota State, came in the league in 2016. Who is the backup to Carson Wentz on the Philadelphia Eagles?
I don't know the answer, so I'm just gonna say John Kitna at 50 years old.
That's a good guess.
backup.
It's
Donovan McNabb.
It's not Donovan McNabb. This guy seems like he's been in the league long as those guys as well. It's Josh McCown from Sam Houston State.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I mean, the guy bounces around. He's been like on 20 teams.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I forgot he came back.
T-Roy.
To back them up.
Boy.
Indianapolis Colts. Oh, boy. We just got to know and love Jacoby Brissett, but we need to get to know and love his backup. Who is the backup for Jacoby Brissett in Indianapolis?
Shoot. He's a Virginia quarterback, isn't he?
No.
Michael Vick.
I don't know.
Now pass.
Can you steal?
No.
It is Brian Hoyer.
Okay.
Dang, I was saving my Brian Hoyer guess.
Brian Hoyer. He came in 2008. All right, Vasco. Your team is the New York Giants. All right. Danny Dimes is the quarterback for the New York Giants. Who is the backup?
Okay, Eli.
All right.
But then Alex Tanney.
Now, what college did he go to?
That was a cupcake.
Ole Miss.
Very good.
I mean, I would have.
What year was he drafted?
04.
Really good. All right.
Good Lord.
All right, T-Roy.
I am taking a resounding lead.
Ooh, the Washington Redskins are quarterbacked by
Oh, man, there's three
Case
there.
Keenum. Who is the backup for the Washington Redskins?
I know both of them.
But who do they have?
Who's listed
I
as the
know.
backup and who's listed as the third? I don't know. I'm gonna have to say Colt McCoy, and he played for Texas, and he came into the league in 2010.
Well, you're wrong. It's Dwayne Haskins from Ohio State. 2009. Sorry.
It's all right. That wouldn't have been
He would've
fair
got the
anyway.
steal.
That wouldn't have been fair.
Sorry, Vasco. I've asked you twice and not let you do the steal.
I knew that
I
one
don't
too.
need it.
I mean,
I don't need it. I'm up 14-0.
So they list Haskins now.
Yeah, they have Haskins at 2. All right. Vasco.
They've never let him start a game, but they let McCoy.
This is another good one.
Oh, this is a good one.
Which one is it?
It would have been
Tennessee
Alex Tanney.
Titans.
Oh, okay.
Ryan Tannehill is from Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Is the starter for the Tennessee Titans. Who is the
I know, it's
backup?
not fair. It's
Who's
not
the
fair. I'm
backup?
getting the easiest ones here. Marcus Mariota.
There you go.
Went to Hawaii.
No,
No,
you're
he didn't.
wrong.
Oh, I screwed
He's
up.
from Hawaii.
I
He
screwed
went
up.
to
He's
Oregon.
from
Yeah, he
Hawaii.
did.
Darn it.
Do you
It's all right. I don't need it.
do you know what year he came out?
Yeah.
2015.
It is 15, so we'll give you that. 1 and 2, but you missed the school.
Okay.
Okay, T-Roy. New Orleans Saints. Right now, the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints is
There you go, man.
Gloves.
You deserve it.
Teddy Two Gloves from Louisville, 2014. Who is the backup?
Drew Brees.
It's Drew Brees is injured though, right?
It's not
he's
Drew
listed
Brees.
as questionable right
So
now.
once again, you don't get the easy one.
You kidding me?
It's not the
He's
backup.
listed as questionable right now. I thought he was back.
No.
All right, then I hate their game.
Let's get Sean Payton
this
on the
is
phone.
Dumbest game I've ever played in my whole life.
Oh, come on.
Man, this is worse than trivia.
Back up. You're not just going to say that about this game, are you?
Game. It's Dwayne Haskins.
Do you want to steal it?
Do you know what it is right now?
Yeah, it's Taysom Hill.
That's right. It's Taysom Hill from BYU. Well, we didn't make it through all the games. Do you want to do one more?
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause we only got a few minutes. All right. You've got the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are quarterbacked by Josh Allen from the University of Wyoming. Who is the backup of the Buffalo Bills?
I don't remember where Landry Jones went, so I'm just gonna take this opportunity. Or no. I'm gonna guess AJ McCarron.
It is not A.J. McCarron. You've been waiting on that. You tried to think of that before.
That's who I was thinking of before, and I just remembered his
Drew
name.
Stanton.
It is not Drew Stanton. Drew Stanton is on one of these teams.
He
He's
is.
third.
He's gotta be
It
there.
is Matt Barkley, former USC quarterback.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon.
I did see Drew
Nice.
Stanton's name.
We missed
It
a
is-
team.
Huh?
We got one more team left.
We do?
Oh, yeah.
No, we got a lot more left. Is
Yeah.
it? Don't? Yeah.
That time.
We don't. We have 45 seconds.
Oh.
Thank you for playing. Back up.
Got to see if I can
He's a
mess
backup
another
in the
one
NFL?
up.
Yeah. Thank you to Vasco's mom for helping me out there. Wonderful assistant.
Bravo. Well done.
Thank you so much for coming in today. Thanks to Ace Hero for calling in. We'll be here tomorrow. Got a lot more going on. Enjoy the Game 1 of the World Series. And go out there and make your future bets on the NBA. Go to EliteSportsbook.com or go to William Hill down at the Isle of Capri. You guys have a hassle-free Tuesday.